Hello, everyone. I'm coming to you with a little video clip this evening because I have a really cool story to share. All right, you might remember this morning I sent you some pictures and a video clip from the Christmas celebration at Toloha. And the video clip was of a group of folks singing a song and doing a dance. And I had an opportunity this afternoon to spend some time talking with Jasper, and he shared a story about the family that you're going to see in this video that just really inspired me and has inspired him as well. And in the spirit of having an attention bias for resurrection, here is a resurrection story for you guys. I'm going to play the clip in the background, and I think this should work. You should be able to have audio while I'm telling the story. So this family that you see performing the song here, they are all from the same family in Toloha, and at least three, if not more, of these kids, nieces, nephews, and grandchildren of Mateo, who is the patriarch of this family. Troy and my dad remember Mateo, and you might remember me telling a story about going to Mateo's house on Christmas 2018 and dad blessing his cow, or his bull rather. So anyway, in this family, there are three kids who have been a part of the school since the very beginning. And you see in the white there, that is Sequini. He's the oldest student at the school. Sequini's probably 15 now. And then there is also Sabina. Some of you might remember us requesting prayer for Sabina. She had issues with asthma, and she really struggled a lot when they moved the kids to Arusha. And then there's also Marikina, who and all three of these kids became a part of the school. Now, through those children being in Jasper and Mary's school, this entire family has gotten connected to their church, and many of them have come to know Christ because of the testimony of these kids. And these truly are remarkable young people. So the big deal about this story, in 2018, when we visited, the two guys that you see in the lower, actually they're under my face. Let me move myself here. These two guys that you're seeing over here to the right, they were not a part of the church. The gentleman with the sunglasses on, his name is Jacob. Now, Jacob, according to Jasper, for many years was a witch doctor, and he traveled extensively throughout Tanzania. He even traveled into Kenya, sharing his witch doctor messages. I really don't know exactly what all that involves, but he was very much opposed to his family being a part of Jasper's church and their ministry. And of course, he is one of the oldest children of the father, Mateo. Mateo is also a witch doctor. I didn't realize that, but he's also not a part of the church. But God is working on his life. So the gentleman in the sunglasses that you see, Jacob, he has become a Christian, and through the testimony of Sabina and Sequini and Marikina, he's heard the story of the gospel, gave his life to Christ. The gentleman in the white shirt beside Jacob is another of the brothers who's also come to know Christ recently. And so this is what Jasper said. He said, this is only Jesus. He said that when he first met this family, moved to this community, he would have never, ever imagined Jacob being a part of their church or Jacob coming to know Christ. And now, as you can see in this Christmas video, Jacob is singing and worshiping, and an amazing transformation has taken place. His wife is now permitted to be a part of the church. One of the problems when Jacob and Mateo were practicing their witchcraft was that when their wives and their family members wanted to be a part of the church and did indeed participate in activities with the church, they were often beaten and abused. And now resurrection. And one of the things that we talked about this morning in our little study was freedom. John was talking about how we typically think of freedom as being free to do whatever we want to, but freedom is, in the biblical sense, freedom from something, not freedom to something. And you can see that this family has been set free from oppression and set free from confusion and from all kinds of destructive things. So we praise God for that. This is a resurrection story. I'm so grateful to be a part of what God is doing in this ministry. Many lives are being changed. And in this case, it's because of the ministry to children in Toloha that these changes have taken place. I'm going to finish up for just a second. I'm just going to talk about a couple of things that our brothers and sisters need moving forward this week. I spent time talking with Jasper. We're going to try to send them some funds. As I shared this morning, they are going to be taking every bit of the school supplies that they possibly can up to Toloha on Saturday, and the new school term will be beginning in Toloha and Karumba instead of at St. Paul's in Arusha. So these are three things that they're trying to gather this week. Enough food to last for an extended period of time, because it is very difficult to make the journey from Toloha to other towns that have markets. So they're going to try to stock up on rice and beans. They can get corn from their farms in Toloha if the rains work out. They're having another issue with the rains. So they're going to try to stock up on as much food as possible. They are also going to try to get a couple of solar panels so that they can have some light at the school site, where they'll be using classrooms as dormitories for the kids, since the dorm rooms are not finished yet. They need to get a few mattresses for the new teachers that they've hired. And our prayer is that God's protection will be upon them. We're also praying that the leaders of the Mwanga district Ministry of Education will give them some time to get settled. They are not supposed to be using the classrooms as dormitories. That doesn't meet the government standards. But we are praying for grace with the district leader for the Mwanga schools. And we are praying that they'll give them some time to get settled, to get their logistics worked out, so that everything will be okay and they'll be approved to continue instructing the kids in their home community. So a story of resurrection today, a story of freedom. Thanks for taking the time to listen to this little video. I'm going to cut that off right now, but I would just, again, ask that you pray for our brothers and sisters, especially this week as they're preparing for this move.